Hello. So in this video, I will show you how to deal with VLOOKUP errors. When we are using VLOOKUP, it is quite common that we see errors frequently. So it is important to know how to handle those errors or how to deal with those errors. So let's jump in and see how it works. So I'm going to type here a VLOOKUP error and see if it gives us a proper answer that we are looking for, or it comes up with an error. So let's say I'll start with the typing out the formula. And so first thing what we need to give is the lookup value. So let's say I select one value in the table that we have, and then comma again. Now we need to give it the whole data range where it needs to look for the value, and comma again, column index number, which is, if you remember, columns are like these 1 2 3 4 5 is looking for these column numbers, not these ones on the top here. Okay, so it's looking for 1 2 3 4 5. These are column numbers it is looking for. So I'm going to give it a number here. Let's say it's up to you, you can pick any. I will just give it number 4, for example, and comma again, and I'm just going to press false, as this is the default option we should always have, unless you have really good reason why not to choose false. For now, I'm not going into the detail of true or false, as which one is right, which one is not, but you should always go for false as a starting point. So I'm going to select false and just hit enter, and let's see if it gives us an answer we are looking for in column 4, or whether it comes up with an error. So I'm going to just hit enter. Hey, okay, so it gives us an NA error. It's clearly not an answer we are looking for, so it's an error that has come up. You can see the little warning sign here. So NA means is not available. Okay, what it's saying is not available, that the value it is looking for is not available in this table, but which is obviously not true, because we did select a value from here and then we completed our formula. So what's happening here is, when we selected our value, in the second step we said our value is in B30, which is B30 down here. Yeah, you can see that B30. Yeah, when we selected that, and in the next step we selected our data range. Okay, in data range we did not include our value that it needed to look at. Okay, so that's why when it started running the formula, it said, oh, it's not available in the data range that we had selected, even though the value is in that table, is there in the data set, but the range that we had selected, that we had asked VLOOKUP to only look into this range for the value and the answer, it did not find that value at all. And because it did not find the value in there, it couldn't run the search, and it couldn't give us the correct answer that we were looking for, that was in column 4. So that's what happened here. Okay, so let's see if I now go correct the range here. Okay, I'm going to correct the range by just simply including this value here. Now we have B30 included in our data range. Okay, so again, it's not going to find anything here, because we are restricting VLOOKUP to look only within this selected range. Okay, now we have selected that range, and we have included that particular information in our table data set as well. And now if I'm not going to change anything else in the formula. I have just corrected that range, and let's see what happens when I hit enter now. Okay, so there you go, we have the answer here. Yes, so 237888 at B30, which is here, B30, this is B and this is 30, and answer is 237888. So which is, we have 237888. So there you go. This is basically is telling us that our error was about the table array that we had selected. We had asked VLOOKUP to look into for the value. It didn't find it, because we did not specify the proper table range there. So there you go, that's how it works. So not available, the error that it gave us of not available, that's what it meant. Okay, so always remember to include the value that you are giving, you are asking VLOOKUP to look for. The first value is always included in the range. So look, B30, right, is going and is what we're looking for, and in the range B from B4 to F30. So B30 is included in that range. If it wasn't, then it would give us an error of like not available. Yeah, hopefully you understand that. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you a couple more errors here. So let's say we type the same formula again, and in this one we select, let's say we just pick one value as a here Steel and Co. Okay, just you can just pick any, I'll just pick that, and then we say okay, now we need to give it the whole table range. So I'll just select the whole table range. Now remember, Steel and Co is within the range. Okay, it's the range we have selected, it is within the range, so it shouldn't really be a problem. And then what I ask for is sorry, let me just show you something else here. Let's say Steel and Co. Okay, it's still within the data range that we have asked for it to look for, and then I press comma, and now we need to give it column index where to look for the value. Let's say if I press, before we had 4, now we have, let's say, 5, and comma again, and again, as I said, always choose false as a default option. So I'll choose false and press enter. There you go, error again. We were looking for an answer, but it gave us an error. You can tell it's an error because there's this warning sign next to it, and obviously it's not the answer we are looking for. So what's happened here is that we asked we gave us B8, which is here, which is within the data range. So first part of the formula is fine. The second part of the formula is fine as well, because value is in there and the range is there as well. But what we did, we gave it a 5 column to look into, okay, which is number 5. But look, our data range only goes from 1 to 3 columns. Okay, so that's the problem it is having. As soon as if I change that to either number 3, because that's where the range goes up to, or I can either do that, but if I really want, or I can just simply increase the range of my table to include all the columns. Okay, and then I can leave it 5 here and hit enter now, and there you go, 90 days, right? So Steel and Co, 90 days. So now it's fine. So this has happened because we had given it an incorrect column number. Before, it was the problem of the range that we were giving VLOOKUP. We weren't selecting the full range. This time the error is in the third part of the formula. So which was this. So that's first part, then second part, and this third part. Okay, column index number was incorrect. Or it was not incorrect, it was just not included in the range. It is similar to out of table range, array range that we just did before, but the error is not in the same place. Error is in the different place in the formula. Okay, before the error was in the first part of the formula. Okay, in this example here above. So in this example, the error is in the third part of the formula. Okay, so that's something you need to remember. As soon as we correct that error, we get the correct answer. Another interesting thing to note that here it gave us a not available error. Okay, and here it gave us reference error, even though technically in both cases the value that it was looking for is not in the data range, but because it was in different parts of the formula, it gave us different errors. Okay, so this is something you need to really be clear about, that what is happening here. If you know this, then you will know where to look for in the formula for when you want to correct the errors. One last thing that I want to show you is that another common mistake happens. Let's say your manager comes to you and they ask you to look for a company name in the data and give him the country the company is in. Now you just simply go there. Okay, you say okay, you just type the formula as you do, and then you just type the company name. Let's say let's just pick anything from it. Um, let's just pick let's say this S Kumar and Sons. Okay, so or let's take an easy one because this one has spaces here. For now, just let's pick an easy one. I will go for, let's say, Gen Next. Okay, Gen Next, Gen Next column, comma, data range. So I selected all of the data here. Okay, comma again, and the column because we want to see which country it is in. So column 3, comma, 0 again. 0 represents false here. So just press false and enter. So there you go. We have another third kind of error. So first not available, then reference error, and now we have name error. What it is saying is that the name that we have given is obviously is not correct, but we know the name is there, Gen Next. So why is this giving us? If you double click on formula, you will see what's happening. See, Gen Next, we have misspelled something here. So this is GENEXT, but in real it's GENNEXT. Okay, so we just misspelled the name here. So I'll just correct the spelling mistake. So GENN and hit enter. And I think what it is, this is when you're using text, you need to start with quotation marks. There you go. So in VLOOKUP formula, when you give it a direct string or text, it needs to be within the quotation marks. If it is a number, then you don't need to use quotation marks. But if you're giving it a text value, then it needs to be quotation marks. This is something you will remember as you do more. So there you go. What problem we had here? We had misspelled the customer name or the company name here. But when you corrected it, it fixed itself. So that was our third kind of error. So there you go. We have learned 3 kinds of errors today, all to do with one VLOOKUP formula. Okay, so one was not available because of it was the range that we had selected. It was not in the range. Reference, we gave it incorrect column number. Okay, and country, we were looking for Gen Next. We had misspelled Gen Next, the company name. And these things you need to remember that they were what? They were name. This was name error. So these were all 3 different errors for just using the same one formula. So it is important, and there are many more. Okay, there are many more. So it is important to practice a bit by yourself, so you understand and you get more used to of dealing and handling with those errors. I hope it was useful for you, and if you liked it video, if it has helped you at all, I like the video. If you have any question about VLOOKUP with regards to so far what we have done, if you are trying to solve an error that is not working out for you, leave a comment and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you liked it, and see you in the next video. Thank you.